Director of Sports and Recreation, you are responsible for organizing all the aspects of friendship games. Given the housing situation of the most previous friendship games and how paranoid it made executive board members, what will you do to ensure that the participants have a safe and comfortable environment to stay at?
Thank you for that question. Do you mind repeating it once again, please?
As the Director of Sports and Recreation, you are responsible for organizing all the aspects of friendship games. Given the housing situation of the most previous friendship games and how paranoid it made executive board members, what will you do to ensure that the participants have a safe and comfortable environment to stay at?
Thank you. I think what's a good plan to have, especially with the housing crisis, is have a consistent communication with where we will have our practices. I feel like last year with the band especially, it was difficult to get to some places at times because I lived in Tenochtitlan. Sometimes it was all the way across campus towards where Washi was, and it could be an inconvenience. So I feel like we need to streamline that communication process through our Instagram, also through band, to make sure that students can have a sense of security, that they don't have to struggle getting to where we're gonna have our practices, and that they won't have to worry about time and their other commitments. And also I feel like as executive board members, it's our job to cultivate a welcoming environment, especially for the newcoming freshmen and transfers that may not know anyone within AB Samahan. So for sports rec specifically, I feel like it's my duty during those FG practices to reach out to those people, make sure that even though I do have a leadership position, I'm also one of them. I'm playing the games, I'm dancing in roll call, I'm participating in Catalyst, and that just like, even though I do know the people and that I am their leader, that I'm just like one of them. I'm trying to make connections, make more friends, and with that, even though with the stress of the housing portal, the people who would want to come out, and though it may be an inconvenience, they will still be able to find connections, and it won't be something that's out of their way, something that they would be looking forward to.
Ready for your next question? Oh wait.
I do too.
Oh shoot. My bad.
Oh, wait. Right. Me too, you do. Okay, second round. As the Director of Sports and Recreation, you are responsible for managing and organizing intramural sports as well as the dance auxiliary Catalyst for AB Samahan. What efforts are you going to make in order to ensure there is a good member turnout and active participation throughout the year for both intramurals and Catalyst?
Thank you for that question. I think what we lacked throughout this past semester was communication. I think for intramurals and for Catalyst, there was maybe 1 or 2 posts when they started, but there wasn't that frequent streamline of when people, to know when games actually were, when Catalyst practices were, and there was a lack of workshops, lack of, I guess, intramurals in general. So as I stated in my speech, I want to be able to start that at the beginning of the semester, possibly at tabling, where I can invite people to, that they know that AB Samahan offers these opportunities. So people who are like-minded like us, who maybe want to be part of the Filipino community, can find people that share the same identity as them, that share the same interests as well. And like I said, with Catalyst especially, I want to start those bi-weekly workshops, so then people can have a schedule, people have a schedule they can follow, and that they have something to look forward to every single week, and then we're not scrambling to plan things last minute. So then people have that time to make time for Catalyst. And then again, through using the Catalyst Instagram, through band, through GroupMes, we're able to maintain that consistent communication. So if there are changes within our schedule, we can adapt to them, and we can adapt to them, and that we can make it a welcoming community for all people to come.
Now you ready for the last question? Okay. Since Friendship Games is hosted in fall semester, how do you plan to balance the other duties and responsibilities of sports and rec for activities such as Catalyst and intramural sports?
Thank you for that question. Do you mind repeating it to me, please?
The whole thing?
Just the question.
How do you plan to balance the other duties and responsibilities of sports and rec for activities such as Catalyst and intramural sports?
Although I'm expected to be the director and leader of these activities, I think it's important to emphasize collaboration, especially as a cultural and community-based organization. I think forming committees, especially for Catalyst and for friendship games that I can trust and that I can rely on to fulfill their duties as I see fit, I think that's the main way that I will be able to balance all those things, and also having proactivity, having contingencies, especially with friendship games this past semester. There were a lot of problems that we face, like with housing, for example. So that we don't have to worry about these things throughout the year, I feel like we need to plan those contingencies, have primary plans like throughout the summer, just so then just in case we do face those roadblocks once again, we will have backup plans, and with the communities that I believe that I can rely on, I can collaborate with, such as my fellow e-ward members, we'll be able to work as a team to find solutions, even though it may be difficult and last minute.